Hello YouTube, my name is Geppetto and I'm making this video to show you my army. This is a Warhammer Fantasy army from Games Workshop obviously, but I use it as a Vampire Covenant in the 9th Age. So I'll show you all my units and tell you more about them. Let's start over here. In the left corner you have these Barrel Guards. It's units of 40 Barrel Guards. Yeah, I use these units in almost every game because this is the only special choice I have that's costs a lot of points. I gave them great weapons and swords and shields as well, so I can fill this unit with both if I want to. And then I give you a better view on the banner there. Originally they had no blue eyes and no blue effect on the swords and the shields, and the banner is also a pretty recent add to the unit, and I'm very happy with the freehand work there. Then next to the Barrel Guard you have these Barrel Kings. The right one is just a regular Barrel King, and then on the left you have Krell, Lord of the Undead. That's a Warhammer Fantasy character. In the 9th Age I just use him as a Barrel King with a great weapon. Has this very big weapon. I did some work on the cloak as well. It's like a skin ripped off of a beast of some sort. It's a nice model. And then this is the other Barrel King. He's also like already 4 years old or something, maybe 3 years. Then here you have 16 wolves, dire wolves. These are wolves from the 40k range, from the space wolves. Yeah, this is a light unit. I made the bases a bit more interesting. It's all magnetized, by the way, so that's easy. You can see some skulls here and there and bones, so that's nice. Then next to the wolves you have this guy. This is a wraith on a spectral steed, but I use it as a vampire on a monster's revenant. He's very recent. I painted him a few months ago. I'm very happy with the blending work on the horse and the leather effects on the cloak, as well as the sword. Maybe that's my favorite model of the army. Very happy with him. Okay, then next to him you have this guy. This is Mr. Blue Hands. He is a ghoul shaman, or I use him as a vampire or a necromancer. The horns are from the vampire kit of the dragon, the zombie dragon kit, and then I painted his hands blue and the horns as well to make him stand out. So if he's in a unit, you can see from a distance that there's a character in the unit. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this guy. And then over here you have two Varglags. I use these Varglags very often because they're very good in the game, but the models are a bit old. These are the oldest models I have. I just gave them a new base to fit in the rest of the army. But they were at first painted for another project, and maybe you can see the browns are a bit a different tone and a bit different paint style, but they're fine, so that's okay. And then over here you have 72 ghouls in total, so this is a unit of 50 ghouls, and over there at the back you have 22 ghouls. I use these ghouls as zombies most of the time, so that's the reason why they have commanders over here. Yeah, so the middle one with the skeleton on the back with the helmet on, that's the captain, and then you have a banner with some free hands also And then left on the left side of the captain you have this musician. He has this bell. So the zombies can have a musician, and that's why I converted this one. You cannot see it from the front very well, but that's why I put this guy on the sides most of the time, so everyone can notice these guys have a musician. And then this unit has some unit fillers as well. You can see the rocks in there, like they're climbing over the rocks. And then this big guy is from the dragon kit. If you want don't use them as the rider of the terrorgeist or the dragon. You can use them otherwise, and I made a unit filler. And then these ghouls at the back, they have a tree as a unit filler. I'm not that happy with the leaves though, because yeah, from close you can see the yellow leaves and the orange and the brown, but from a distance it's just orange. So maybe I'll add some more contrast later. I could paint the yellow leaves a bit brighter, or yeah, just make some more contrast there. And I put that skeleton in the back as well. He's coming out of the ground. So yeah, that's a nice detail. And there's some room left still for more ghouls. So that's another goal for the future. Then these guys are a more recent add to the army. The bodies are from the Warcry kit. They're more like Furies, but I use them as great bats. And they had demon heads at first, but I swapped the heads for ghoul heads so that they would fit better in the army. They have interesting bases as well. I added some skulls and swords and shields. And then yeah, the left guy in the front has this skeleton coming out of the ground. And then another guy, like in the middle left, he has this baby bat assisting him. He's from the Dryad kit from the Wood Elves. I had him left over, and so I put him on the base there. And then I can also show you this freehand work on the wings. I was a bit inspired there to do some freehands, and I'm very happy with the results. And then over here you have the Necromancers of the army. Let's start with the right one. He's the most recent one. I painted him last week. He has the same leather effect as this other guy. A bit different tone though, but the same paint style and the same effect. Also a bit leather on the book, if you look very closely. Yeah, I had this model for a very long time, but he was painted red, so he did not fit in the army. And then I decided to repaint him, and now he's blue and he fits in the army. Okay, then next to him you have a corpse guard. The corpse guard is old as well. He's, I think, 3 to 4 years old. It's not my best work, I would say, but well, he fits in the army, so he's there. I don't use him very often in the game, but well, he's not bad. And then next to the corpse guard you have another Necromancer. Let's get him out and show you him from a bit closer. So the Necromancer is from the Coven Throne or the Mortis Engine kit, and then and the book as well. Maybe I'll show you a close-up from the book, like so. Yeah, so this skeleton comes with the book, and then I added the legs underneath. So now this skeleton is carrying the book for the Necromancer. And then I added these ghosts as well to make him more stand out in the unit. He takes up 2 spaces, obviously. I did not magnetize him yet. Yeah, taking 2 spaces is not a very big problem, because if you have only 10 skeletons left or so, they're not on the table for much longer, so that's not a big problem. And then over here you have a Banshee. She was in the unit over there, but I took this guy out. I did some freehand on the dress. It's not perfect, but from a distance you can see these are flowers, so she has a nice dress. She's happy. And then next to the Banshee are the first 40 skeletons. What can I say about this unit? Yeah, these are just regular skeletons. I added the blue eyes later. Yeah, they have this these special skeletons from the Underworld's kit. I bought them and painted them the same way to make the units a bit more interesting. And these are very dynamic, so that's a bit problematic to rank him in the unit. But he fits in there, so that's good. And then next to this unit, another unit of 50 skeletons, counting the statue as well in the back. The captain is from the Underworld's kit as well. They're all painted the same style, so that's more of the same. Then the statue is a unit filler, just like the tree with the ghouls. Although it's a bit empty to my taste, because I would like to add some more skeletons there, or get some ghosts to swirl around the statue and make it more full. Because from a distance you can see there's a gap in there, and I would rather blend it in the unit a bit better. But that's maybe work for later. Then in the back you have another raid on a spectral steed that I can use as a vampire on a monster's revenant. Yeah, he's much like the other guy, although he has a black cloak and not a leather one. And then over here you have another unit of skeletons. In total I have 131, and counting the carrier of the book, this guy, counting this one, that makes 132. This guy, I use him as a Barrow King with the spear. He's from the Underworld's kit as well. Yeah, this guy. Although in the game you cannot give a Barrow King a spear, but he's a very nice model, and so I added them to the army and painted them in the same style. And then this is a Barrow King with the BSB. It's the banner from the Vampire, the von Karstein upgrade pack. It's not a very big banner. I would like to have a very impressive BSB in my army, but well, for now it's this banner. It's very nicely sculpted though. So, and then the centerpiece of my army, I would say, is the Court of the Damned, or a Coven Throne, if you like. Yeah, this model took a few months to paint, because I don't use airbrush, and so it was all painted by hand, and it took a lot of time. And also I decided to pick out some details. Most people would just paint it in one color, like the skeletons and everything, just blue or green or another ghostly color. But I decided to pick out the details, so that's more interesting to look at. And then did some work on the base as well, like added some skeletons there coming out of the ground. So this court blends in the unit better than, I would say, the statue. because I added some skeletons on the base and in the back as well. And then the vampires on top of the cords with the black dress. I did some freehand things there on the dress. It's not that impressive, but it's better than just a black dress, I would say. And on the other side it's more the same. Also, I'm very glad with the way this brown contrasts with the blue. It's very compatible colors, so I'm very happy there. And then on top of the cord you have the vampire. Actually he's a chaos sorcerer, but I swapped the head for a vampire head from Puppets War, if I'm not mistaken. That's a frenzy vampire head. This was the first model I painted with non-metallic metal on such a big surface, and I'm quite happy with the results. It was easier than I thought at first, because non-metallic metal it looks very difficult to achieve, but yeah, it went very well. I'm happy with the results, especially with the staff with the eye in the middle. So yeah, I'm happy with this guy, and of course this course has also ghosts swirling around the throne. And then last but not least, the dragon, the zombie dragon. He's a vampire on a colossal zombie dragon, because he has a very big base. I did not magnetize him. That was maybe a mistake, because I don't think the colossal zombie dragon is very good in the game, so I don't use him very often. But I did a lot of work on the base. I added that mausoleum and then some tombstones, and also this guy coming out of the ground, answering the call of the vampire. Yeah, he's pretty nice. Originally he had a black metal armor, but there was not much blue in the army at that point. And then later on I decided to add more color and started painting the blue stuff. So I gave him a blue armor as well. And yeah, now he looks more magic, I would say. So that's nice. I'm not very happy with the brownish color of the bones there, of the horns and the pikes on his back, because that brown does not fit very well in the rest of the army. But yeah, I have not found the courage yet to repaint that. But okay. So this was my army. I hope you liked it, and I would love to hear your suggestions, and I would like to hear from you what would be the next unit you'd like to add to the army. So give me thumbs up, and I hope you liked the video. Bye bye.